Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you've been around here for a while, you know I'm always hunting for that sweet spot where performance, reliability, and price all shake hands and get along. And right now, in late 2025, heading into 2026, the budget 9mm world is absolutely on fire. We're talking legit carry guns, range toys, truck guns, whatever you need. All for the kind of money that won't make your wallet cry. I went through the current street prices, real-world availability, and what people are actually running day to day. And I put together my personal top 12 affordable 9mm that still get the job done when the flag flies. No fluff, no sponsored picks, just straight talk. So, grab a drink, settle in, and let's run this countdown from 12 all the way to the one that took the crown this year. Kicking things off at number 12 is the Taurus G3C. And if you're looking for the ultimate, why does this only cost $2-something gun in 2026? This is still the one that makes people do double takes at the counter. Taurus basically said, let's give everybody a full-size grip that fills the hand perfectly, then slap a compact slide on top so the whole thing disappears under a t-shirt without printing like a brick. Overall length is a hair over 6.3 inches. Height is 5.1, width right at 1.2. And the barrel is 3.26 inches of stainless steel that somehow still delivers way better accuracy than most people expect from a sub-$300 pistol. Empty weight sits around 22 ounces, so it's light enough for all-day carry, but has just enough mass to keep recoil totally manageable with +P defensive loads. The grip texture is some of the most aggressive factory stippling you'll find at any price. Front strap, back strap, side panels, everywhere, it locks in even when your hands are sweaty or bloody. Up front, you've got a real MIL STD 19mm Picatinny rail with one full slot and a half. So basically every compact weapon light or laser on the planet bolts right up, no goofy adapters needed. The slide has decent rear serrations, matte black finish that holds up pretty well, and drift adjustable sights that actually stay put once you zero them. Now the trigger, man, for a budget striker gun, this thing is ridiculous. Long but glassy take-up. Then a surprisingly crisp wall and a 6-pound break that's cleaner than guns twice the price. Followed by an audible, tactile, and very short reset you can absolutely hammer on during rapid fire. No manual safety, no mag disconnect, nothing to slow you down, just draw and solve the problem. It ships with 2 or 3 12-round magazines depending on where you buy, and yeah, it's 12+1 flush fit, so you're walking around with 13 rounds of 9mm in something the size of the original Shield. One of the coolest tricks Taurus kept from their older designs is full restrike capability. Click on a bad primer, mash the trigger again, and it'll hit it a second time. No tap rack needed. Street price right now, late 2025 into 2026, is hovering between $220 and $250 on a good day, and I've seen them as low as $199 on holiday sales. Downsides, the factory mags can be a little stiff to load to full capacity when brand new. The slide stop is tiny and a little tough to manipulate under stress if you have big thumbs, and some people complain about the loaded chamber indicator being a bit proud and scratchy. But honestly, for the money, you're getting a carry gun that shoots like something in the 400 range. If you want maximum grip real estate, maximum capacity, a light rail, and a trigger that doesn't embarrass you at the range, all without spending rent money, the G3C is still sitting here at number 12, laughing at everything else in the case. Sliding into number 11, we've got the Mossberg MC2c. And if you told me 5 years ago that Mossberg would be dropping one of the most underrated carry guns on the market, I would have laughed. But here we are in late 2025, and this thing is still an absolute steal. Overall length is 7.1 inches, height 4.9, width a very pocket-friendly 1.1 inches at the controls, with a 3.9-inch stainless barrel that wears a black DLC finish tough enough to shrug off holster wear for years. Empty, it tips the scale at 21 ounces flat. So even with the extended 15-round mag, you're still under 30 ounces fully juiced, which makes it stupid easy to forget you're carrying it until you need it. Mossberg throws in both a flush 13 and an extended 15-rounder right in the box. So you decide if you want to run skinny or fat depending on the shirt that day. The slide comes optics ready from the factory for the Shield RMSC footprint. No adapter plate, no extra cost, just remove the cover, drop on your Holosun, 407K, 507K, EPS carry, whatever. Torquey 2 screws, and you're running a red dot with factory height co-witness irons. Speaking of irons, you get good steel dovetail sights with a bright orange ring front that pops in daylight. Grip texture is that perfect Goldilocks level, aggressive enough that the gun never shifts even during long-range sessions, but it won't sand the skin off your side after a summer day. The palm swell and the slight finger groove area just guide your hand into the exact same spot every single draw. And the undercut trigger guard lets you choke up high and kill muzzle flip. Trigger is a glass rod flat face that breaks consistently right at 5.5 pounds, with almost zero over travel, and a reset so short and clicky you can feel and hear it through Ear Pro. Probably the coolest party trick is the takedown. You lock the slide back, flip a lever inside the frame, and the whole thing comes apart without ever dry firing or pulling the trigger. Super safe and grandma friendly. Front and rear slide serrations are angled and deep, giving you plenty of real estate for press checks or clearing malfunctions with gloves on. The DLC-coated slide and barrel combo looks slick and holds up to sweat and holster abuse like a champ. Real-world street price right now is floating between $330 and $370, depending on the shop. And for that money, you're getting a pistol that's optics ready, high capacity, soft shooting, dead nuts reliable, and built by a company that's been making shotguns forever, so they kinda know a thing or two about things going bang when they're supposed to. Downsides? The factory magazines can be a little picky about some brands of aftermarket base pads, and the mag release is reversible but takes a couple minutes and a punch. Not exactly something you'll swap daily. Other than that, the MC2c is the perfect example of Mossberg walking into the polymer pistol party, looking at what everyone else charges $400 or $500 for, and just saying, yeah, we'll do all that for $350 and still make a profit. Absolute legend of a carry gun. Number 10 on the countdown is the Stoeger STR9-SC, and if your number one priority is walking around all day and nobody ever knowing you're carrying a 9mm, this little subcompact is straight up sneaky good. Stoeger basically took their full-size STR9, which already borrows a ton of DNA from the Beretta factory that owns them, and compressed it into the smallest package they could without turning it into a total compromise gun. You end up with a 3.54-inch barrel, overall length of just 6.54 inches, height of 4.96 inches with the flush mag, and a super slim 1.02-inch width at the slide. Unloaded, it's only 22.4 ounces, so when you stuff it in a good inside-the-waistband holster with that 10-round magazine, it literally disappears under even a light t-shirt. Slide gets a tough night ride finish that shrugs off sweat and holster wear. Rear serrations are deep and angled, so press checks are easy even with sweaty hands, and the 3-dot iron sights are big, crisp, and low profile enough that they won't snag on the draw. The grip texture is aggressive where it needs to be, but not so rough that it eats your skin or your cover shirt after a few hours. Trigger is a hinge design that breaks right around 6 pounds, with a short reset you can actually feel and hear. Nothing fancy, but totally predictable and way better than you expect in this price range. Downside, you only get 10+1 capacity, no optics cut, no accessory rail, and no interchangeable back straps. So what you see is what you get. But that simplicity is also the beauty of it. There's almost nothing to catch on clothing, nothing to print, and nothing complicated to go wrong. Magazines drop free like they should. The mag release is reversible if you're a lefty, and the takedown is Glock simple. Real-world street price right now is hovering between $310 and $330, depending on where you shop, and for that money, you're getting a Turkish-made, Beretta-overseen, striker-fired subcompact that runs with modern hollow points like it's mad at them. Recoil is snappy because it's light, but the low-bore axis and that full-length grip help a ton, so most people can still double-tap a pie plate at 15 yards all day long. If deep concealment is your game and you don't want to spend Shield Plus or Hellcat money, the STR9-SC is one of those sleeper picks that keeps surprising people at the range. It's not flashy, it's not loaded with features, but it's stupid reliable, crazy easy to hide, and costs less than a lot of people blow on optics alone. Straight up one of the best pure concealment 9mm you can buy right now without breaking the $400 mark. At number 9 sits the KelTec P15, and I'm still convinced this pistol is running on black magic and pure spite for the laws of physics. KelTec basically looked at every double stack 9mm on the market and said, nah, we can make it way lighter and way thinner. And then they actually did it. 16 ounces empty? Yes, 16. That's less than a loaded Glock 19 for a lot of people. Yet this thing still crams 15+1 rounds into a stagger stack magazine that barely prints. The whole gun is only 0.875 inches wide at the slide, 5 inches tall with the full mag, and 6.6 inches long thanks to a 4-inch barrel that gives you real 9mm velocity instead of the anemic stuff you get out of 3-inch snubs. Grip is aluminum with polymer panels, so it feels solid but doesn't weigh you down. And the texturing is grippy without shredding your skin or your cover shirt. Up top, you've got a fiber optic wash tritium front sight that glows like a Christmas tree in any light and a fully adjustable 2-dot tritium rear that you can dial in perfect. Trigger is striker fired, breaks right at 5 pounds with almost no creep, and a clean audible reset that lets you run it fast. They even include a flush fit 12-round magazine for the days you want to go extra sneaky. And switching between the two is literally a 10-second job. Recoil is surprisingly tame for how light it is because the bore axis is stupid low, and the grip angle puts your hand in the perfect spot. Downsides? The slide stop is tiny. Reloading under stress takes a little practice. And the aluminum frame means you probably don't want to feed it a steady diet of +P forever. But with standard pressure defensive ammo, this thing just runs and runs. Real-world street price right now is floating between $350 and $380 depending on finish. And for that money, you're getting the lightest, thinnest, highest capacity production 9mm on planet Earth. It's classic KelTec weirdness that somehow works perfectly, disappears in an appendix rig or pocket with the short mag, and still gives you 15 rounds of fight-stopping power when you need it. If you want maximum rounds with minimum weight and printing, the P15 is straight up witchcraft in polymer and aluminum, and it deserves every bit of the hype it's getting right now. Number 8 on the list is the Diamondback DB9 Gen 4, and if your whole carry plan revolves around throwing something in a front pocket and forgetting it's even there, this is still one of the kings of the Micro 9 game. Diamondback has been beating on this little monster since 2011, and by the time they got to Gen 4, they finally ironed out the kinks that made the early ones finicky. You're looking at a 3.1-inch stainless barrel, overall length of just 5.73 inches, height of 4.51 inches with the flush mag, and a width that sneaks under an inch at 0.90 across the slide. Unloaded, it's a ridiculous 13.4 ounces. Toss in 6 rounds plus 1 in the pipe, and you're barely cracking 15 ounces loaded. That means zero printing in cargo shorts, gym shorts, or even dress slack pockets with a good pocket holster. Slide is machined from 4140 steel with a black nitride finish. Rear serrations are plenty grabby, and they polish the hell out of the feed ramp so modern flat nose hollow points feed like greased lightning. Grip stippling is way better than the old sandpaper feel of the early jeans, and they finally added a real beaver tail that keeps the slide from chewing up your hand on the way back. Controls are all recessed flush, mag release and slide, stop sit, almost flat, so nothing snags coming out of the pocket. Sights are fixed, low profile steel with 3 dots that actually work in daylight. And the trigger is a long but smooth dough, pull right around 6.5 pounds with 0 take-up and a clean reset if you ride it right. Recoil is absolutely spicy, no sugarcoating it. This thing is a firecracker in your hand. But the new grip texture and that beaver tail make it controllable enough to ring an 8-inch plate at 15 yards all day if you do your part. Capacity is 6+1. That's the trade-off for being this small, but with today's bonded defensive loads, that's more than enough for the kind of fight you pray never happens. Takedown is stupid simple. Just lock the slide back, rotate the takedown pin, and it falls apart. Street price right now is dancing between $250 and $280, depending on where you look. And for that money, you're getting the smallest, lightest true pocket 9mm that's actually reliable in 2025. It's not for everybody. Limp wrist it, and you'll get stovepipes, and hot +P ammo will beat the frame to death eventually. but run standard pressure defensive stuff and keep a firm grip, and this little dude just keeps chugging. If your definition of everyday carry is nobody, including me, should know it's there until I need it, the Diamondback DB9 Gen 4 is still wearing the pocket rocket crown without apology. Taking the number 7 spot is the Smith & Wesson SD9 VE. And look, sometimes you just want a big-name American brand you already know isn't going to leave you hanging when the chips are down, but you don't feel like dropping $500 or $600 to get it. The SD9 VE is that gun. This thing has been the I need something that just works king for years. And in late 2025, it's still going strong at a street price that keeps bouncing right around $290, sometimes even dipping into the $270s if you catch the right sale. You get a full 4-inch stainless barrel, overall length of 7.2 inches, height of 5.5 inches, and a 1.29-inch wide polymer frame that feels way more substantial in the hand than the price tag suggests. Empty weight is a very carry-friendly 22.9 ounces. And the slide has that two-tone look with a black polymer dust cover that just screams classic Smith & Wesson budget line. Up front, they stuck a bright green fiber optic sight that absolutely pops in daylight, paired with a plain black rear, so getting on target fast is stupid easy. Grip texture is aggressive enough to hang on when your palms are sweaty, but not so sharp it chews up your side or your cover shirts. The trigger is the classic long, slightly gritty 8-pound pull with a trigger blade safety. Nothing you're going to write home about, but it's predictable, it resets positively, and it's never going to be the reason the gun doesn't go bang. No accessory rail, no optics cut, no interchangeable back straps, no manual safety, just pure simplicity. Comes with 2 steel 10 or 16 round magazines depending on your state, and the mag release is right where God intended it for right-handers. Takedown is drop the mag, lock the slide back, flip the lever, done, no trigger pull required. Out of the box, it's soft shooting for a budget striker gun because the bore axis isn't sky high, and the weight is up front where it helps soak up recoil. Reliability is the real story here. People have run literal tens of thousands of rounds through these things, with nothing but basic cleaning, and they keep chugging. It's plus P rated, eats steel case junk all day, and digests every hollow point I've ever fed it without complaint. Downsides? It's a little chunky compared to the new micro compacts. The trigger is budget level gritty, and you're not winning any cool guy points at the range. But for a first gun, a truck gun, a nightstand gun, or just something you can stake your life on. Because it says Smith & Wesson on the slide and you're not broke afterward, the SD9 VE is still one of the safest, most proven bets in the entire sub-$300 9mm world. If you want peace of mind on a beer budget, this old dog still hunts with the best of them. Number 6 on the list is the Taurus GX4 Carry, and this is the one where Taurus finally shut up all the haters by taking the original GX4, listening to every single complaint on the internet, and dropping the version everybody actually wanted. They slapped a real Picatinny rail up front that actually accepts full-size lights and lasers instead of those goofy micro ones. Gave you 3 different back straps, so small, medium, and big paws all feel at home. Kept that excellent flat-face trigger with the crisp break and short reset, and somehow still stuffed 15+1 flush into a grip that doesn't look like a 2x4. Barrel is 3.7 inches of gas nitrided goodness. Overall length is a tidy 6.56 inches. Height with the flush mag is only 4.4 inches. And the whole pistol is a hair over an inch wide at 1.08 and tips the scale at 21.5 ounces empty. Slide gets a blackout serrated treatment front and rear, so you can rack it off a belt or a table if you ever have to. Mag release is reversible for you lefties. And the takedown pin makes field stripping brain dead easy with no tools and no trigger pull required. Sights are a serrated black rear with a white outline front that gets back on target fast. And the bore axis is stupid low, so muzzle flip is way tamer than something this light and small has any right to be. Trigger breaks right around 5 pounds with almost no creep and a reset you can feel and hear. So running it fast at 7 to 15 yards feels almost unfair for how cheap this thing is. You get 2 15-round magazines in the box, one with a flat base and one with a pinky extension, and the grip texture is aggressive but rounded on the edges so it doesn't sand your love handles raw after a 12-hour day. Downsides? The early ones had a few teething issues with mags, but Taurus fixed that quick and current production guns run like sewing machines. And some folks still hate on the brand name. But the numbers don't lie. Real-world street price has settled right around $390 to $425, depending on finish. And for that, you're getting a railed, optics-ready capable, aftermarket plates exist, 15-round micro-compact that shoots like a baby G19, but hides better than most single stacks from 5 years ago. It's the perfect I want all the features of the expensive guns, but I'm not paying $700 pistol. And for a ton of people carrying every single day right now, the GX4 Carry is that sweet spot sweethearts where price, capacity, features, and real-world comfort all line up perfectly. Taurus finally built the budget carry king a lot of us have been begging for. And it's honestly hard to find anything else that checks this many boxes without jumping another $200. At number 5, we've got the FMK 9C1 Gen 2, and every single time I bring this gun up in a video, I still get comments saying, wait, that thing is only $250 now? Because it legitimately feels like it should cost twice that. Yeah, made in California, 100% American parts and labor. And somehow, FMK keeps pumping these out at a street price that's been sitting right around $240 to $260 for the last year, depending on color. You're looking at a 3.87-inch stainless barrel with a deep crown and black Cerakote. Slide is high carbon steel with a matte finish, and the whole pistol stretches 6.85 inches overall, stands 5.09 inches tall, and is only 1.14 inches wide. Empty weight is a very manageable 23.45 ounces, so it carries like a compact, but shoots like something bigger. What really sets it apart is that fast action trigger. It's a preset striker system that comes out of the box breaking right at 4.5 pounds with an insanely short pull and a glass rod break. Then a loud tactile reset that lets you hammer follow-ups like you're running a tuned race gun. The rubberized backstrap and undercut trigger guard put your hand stupid high. And the bore axis is about as low as you can get on a polymer gun. So even though it's only 10+1 capacity, the muzzle stays flat and the sights return crazy fast. Grip texture is aggressive but rounded so it doesn't shred your skin or shirts. And the frame comes in like 8 different colors: black, FDE, OD, green, burnt bronze, pink raspberry, whatever flavor you want. Sights are Glock 19 dovetail, compatible front and rear, so you can slap on any set of night sights or suppressor height irons you already own, and the mag release is reversible for lefties. Takedown is drop the mag, lock the slide back, pull the pin, done. No trigger pull needed. Magazines drop free like they're spring-loaded, and it ships with 2 10-rounders that actually feel like quality steel. Downsides, capacity tops out at 10, the slide stop is a little small for sloppy thumbs. And some people hate that big billboard engraving on the dust cover, but at this price, nobody's complaining too loud. Reliability is shockingly good. These things eat steel case practice ammo and every brand of hollow point I've thrown at them without a hiccup. For $250 out the door, you're getting a comfortable, accurate, American-made compact 9mm that flat-out shoots like guns that cost $4 and up. If your budget is tight but you still want something that feels custom-tuned right out of the box, the FMK 9C1 Gen 2 is the undisputed king of the I'm broke but I'm not buying junk category, and it's honestly one of the best-kept secrets in the budget world right now. Number 4 belongs to the Ruger Security 9, and every year this gun climbs higher on my personal list. Because Ruger basically took the super easy racking secure action system from the LCP pocket rocket, stuffed it into a real compact fighting pistol, and then priced it like they were trying to give it away. You're looking at a 4-inch barrel, 7.24 inches overall length, 5 inches tall, and a slim 1.2 inches across the slide. Empty weight is a very tote-friendly 23.8 ounces, but because the weight is distributed so well and the bore sits low, it shoots softer than a lot of lighter guns. The grip is glass-filled nylon with perfect checkering that locks in without being abrasive, and the frame has a full-length aluminum chassis with steel guide rails, so it feels rock solid instead of cheap and flexy. The secure action trigger is an internal hammer setup with a bladed safety blade. It breaks right around 5.5 pounds with a smooth pull and a crisp audible reset that lets you run it fast. You can get it with or without a manual thumb safety. Most of the ones I see on the street these days have the safety. But the no safety versions are out there if you hate extra levers. Front and rear cocking serrations make press checks and one-handed racking a breeze. The rear sight is drift adjustable for windage, and the front is fixed but tall enough to co-witness if you ever mill the slide for a dot. 15+1 capacity with flush magazines that actually drop free, 2 mags in the box, and the mag release is reversible for lefties. Takedown is dead simple. Lock the slide back, flip the takedown pin, pull the slide off. No trigger pull required, no fighting tiny springs. Recoil is ridiculously tame for the size and weight, and accuracy is legit service pistol good. This thing will stack rounds in a fist-size group at 25 yards all day long if you do your part. Reliability is pure Ruger. It eats steel case junk, aluminum case practice ammo, and every hollow point under the sun without a hiccup, and it's plus P rated if you ever need to feed it the hot stuff. Downsides? The trigger reach is a touch long for really small hands, and the standard sights are plastic, but they work and they're cheap to upgrade. Real-world street price right now is sitting right around $300 to $330 with 2 15-round mags, sometimes even dipping under $3 on sale. For that money, you're getting an American-made, 15-shot, dead-nuts reliable compact that racks easier than most striker guns, shoots softer than guns costing twice as much, and comes from a company that'll fix it for free forever if you ever manage to break it. If you want to do everything 9mm that you can carry, train with, leave in the truck, or hand to your spouse without worrying, the Security 9 is still one of the smartest buys on the planet and absolutely deserves its spot in the top 4. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is the Palmetto State Armory Dagger Micro. Yeah, I said it. At the current late 2025 street price of $299 to $329 all day long, and frequently $279 on sales. This little Glock 43 X-size beast is punching way above its weight class and refuses to leave the podium. You're getting a 3.4 1-inch threaded barrel option right out of the box on some models, overall length 6.5 inches, height 4.75 inches with the flush mag, and a super slim 1.0-inch wide slide. Empty weight is only 19.8 ounces. Yet it still packs 15+1 flush with factory P mags that drop free like they're greased. Optics ready. Shield RMSC cut with co-witness steel sights, aggressive grip texture that actually works. Front and rear slide serrations, and a trigger that breaks right at 5 pounds with a flat face and short, audible reset. Comes with 2 15-round mags. Threaded barrel versions include a thread protector, and PSA's lifetime warranty is no questions asked, just like the old memes. Reliability. Thousands of rounds of steel case, aluminum case, and every hollow point on the planet. These things just run. Downsides? Some early batches had light primer strike issues, fixed in current production. And the cool kids will still call it a budget Glock clone. But when your wallet is screaming and you need 15+1 in a package this small with an optics cut and threaded barrel for under $330 out the door, the Dagger Micro is impossible to ignore. American made in South Carolina, costs less than most people spend on an optic, and it's quietly becoming the new poor man's Hellcat Pro. Laugh all you want, but this thing is sitting pretty in the top 3 for a reason. Pure performance per dollar, no apologies. Earning the silver medal at number 2 is the Smith & Wesson M&SE Shield Plus. And honestly, this little pistol is the reason a lot of people stopped upgrading altogether. Smith took the original shield that everybody already loved, listened to every single internet complaint for 5 straight years, and dropped what is basically the perfect micro-compact for normal humans. You get a 3.1-inch stainless barrel with Armorite finish, overall length of just 6.1 inches, height of 4.6 inches with the flush mag, and a crazy thin 1.1 inches wide across the slide. Empty with the extended mag, it's still only 20 ounces, 22 loaded with 13+1, so it disappears in pretty much any holster, appendix, 3 o'clock, pocket, whatever. Out of the box, you get one 10-round flush fit mag for maximum concealment, and one 13-rounder with the pinky extension for full combat grip, and both are steel with witness holes and drop free like they should. The grip texture is the new aggressive pattern that locks your hand in without shredding your skin or your shirts. The 18-degree grip angle points exactly like your finger, and the flat face trigger breaks at a clean 4.5 to 5 pounds, with almost zero creep and the shortest, crispest reset in the entire M&P line. Sights are steel, white 3-dot, tall enough to co-witness if you slap a Holosun, 407K, or EPS. Carry on the factory optics cut slide. Takedown is the patented system where you drop the mag, flip the yellow sear deactivation lever, pull the trigger once with an empty chamber, and the slide comes right off. No dry fire drama, no tools. Recoil is shockingly soft for how light and thin it is because the bore axis is low and the weight is right where it needs to be. Accuracy is stupid good. This thing will put 10 rounds into a playing card at 15 yards all day long. And it's eaten every brand of defensive hollow point, plus steel case range ammo without a single hiccup. Downsides, the standard capacity is still only 10 in banned states. And the mag release is right-hand biased out of the box, but aftermarket extended and reversible buttons fix that quick. Real-world street price right now is sitting between $425 and $460, depending on whether it's the base model or the Performance Center version, with the better trigger and fiber optic sights. At that money, you're getting a 15-round, 13-flush micro-compact that shoots like a baby duty gun, hides better than most single stacks from a decade ago, and carries the Smith & Wesson name with the best factory trigger under $500. It's optics ready, night sight ready, light bearing holster ready, and so refined that for literally tens of thousands of daily carriers right now, the Shield Plus is the end of the search. Silver medal all day long, and it's only number 2 because the gun at number 1 is straight up unfair. And sitting at the very top, the undisputed champion and my personal pick for the absolute best affordable 9mm you can buy heading into 2026 is the Canik TP9 Elite SC. Canik looked at every subcompact on the market, laughed and said, "Here, hold my Reiki," then crammed everything people love about their full-size TP9s into a package that actually disappears on your waistband. You're getting a 3.6-inch match-grade, night ride-coated barrel, overall length of just 6.71 inches, height of 4.6 inches with the flush mag, and a width of 1.45 inches at the controls but only 1.1 inches at the slide. Empty, it's 24.8 ounces, about 1.5 pounds loaded with the 15-rounder, so it carries like a compact but shoots like a duty gun. Slide is tungsten gray Cerakote over nitride with deep front and rear serrations. Warren-style blackout rear sight and a phosphorus front that glows like a firefly. And it's optics ready for the Shield RMSC footprint with tall co-witness irons right out of the box. You get a real Picatinny rail that actually fits full-size lights like the TLR7 or Streamlight, reversible mag release, 2 interchangeable back straps, and the legendary Canik trigger. Flat-faced, 4-pound brake, almost zero take-up, glass rod crisp, and the shortest, cleanest reset you'll feel under $600. Comes with one 12-round flush mag with a finger rest base plate and one 15-round extended, plus a quality IWB OWB reversible holster, cleaning kit, and the usual toolbox goodies. Recoil is stupid soft for the size because the bore sits ridiculously low and the weight is perfectly balanced. Accuracy is nuts. This thing will print sub 2-inch groups at 25 yards off bags and still let you ring steel at 50 without thinking. Reliability? Thousands and thousands of rounds of cheap steel case, dirty reloads, and every defensive load on the planet, and I've yet to see one choke. Downsides? Some people whine about the loaded chamber indicator being a little proud, and the brand still carries a tiny bit of Turkish Glock stigma with the mall ninja crowd, but the performance speaks for itself. Real-world street price right now is floating between $375 and $425, depending on where you shop. And for that money, you're getting a subcompact that's optics ready, light ready, 15+1 capable, with a better trigger and barrel than guns that cost $800, $900, or even $1,000. It's the pistol that made half the internet say, "Why did I ever spend SIG or Glock money?" If I had to pick one single budget 9mm to stake my life on tomorrow and money actually mattered, the Canik TP9 Elite SC is the easy, no-contest winner. Gold medal, crown, throne, whatever you want to call it, This is the king of affordable carry guns right now, and I don't see anything knocking it off the top spot anytime soon. There you have it, the 15 guns that are absolutely dominating 2025. If you managed to snag any of these lately, drop a comment and let me know which one and how long you had to hunt for it. If you're still looking, good luck, you're gonna need it. Hit that like button. If this helped you figure out what all the hype is about, subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe out there.